So, hello everyone, welcome. So, today we are going to create a, a virtual pet game. So, for that, let's create a new project. So, now let's name our project as Virtual Pet or any name you want. So, I'll name it Virtual Pet Game. So, for this, I don't need the cat sprite. So, let me choose my animal who is going to be my pet. I'm going to choose a rabbit. Now let's choose a backdrop. I'll choose a. Let me go in outdoors and no. First, let's go indoors and choose. Let's choose the bedroom one backdrop. So let's make it a bit smaller. 80s. So first, let's make the rabbit stand at a certain position. So we can use the go to X and Y block. So let's make the rabbit start here. So which is X minus 155 and Y minus 45. So if we keep it here, see it's again come to this position. So now let's like when we click this, now let's make it animate. So take when this sprite is clicked, and let's take first like let's take a forever block, then take a next costume. So when the sprite is clicked, it will oh, I think it's the too fast. So let's add a wait block. Wait 0.5. Now let's yes. Now let's like decrease it like 0.3. Yes, it's perfect. So when we click this sprite, it like goes in the animation. And first, let's switch its costume to. Wait, just let me hide this. So first, let me hide. Yes. So go to costumes and choose to which rabbit should or yeah. Not this. Yeah. First, when the green flag is clicked, let's switch the rabbit to this position. So which is rabbit A. See. When we click it, it changes to the original position. See, now it's in the sleeping position. So when we click this, again comes to this position. So now let's make a choose a sprite which can be the rabbit's food. Let's go in food and I'll choose a apple. Let's decrease it. Or let's like 70. So first when the green flag is clicked, let's make the apple on the table. So which is when the green flag is clicked, go to X and Y, which is minus 36 and X and Y 74. So when we click, it's here. So let's click that when this sprite is clicked, it should broadcast the message called anything like you want like food or so when this sprite is clicked, it will broadcast a message called food. Let's make it food. So see and let's like when I receive food, it will go one, it will glide 1 second to the apple. See, now when I start and when I click, it glides 1 second to the apple. I think this is does not look good. So not 1 second to apple. Let's make it go somewhere near its mouth here. First, for now, I just remove this and switch costume to yes. Let's make it near the mouth so that it's eating somewhere here. So which is x minus 11 and y 65. So now let's check. See. So when I click on the rabbit, it does this animation. I think let's make it do just for once. See. Oh, I think repeat how many? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. So let's make it repeat 4 times. Repeat 4 times. And add a weight. It's 0.3. See. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and let's take 5. So now let's try. Yes. And so now when the green flag is clicked and when we no, not the green flag is clicked, I mean when this sprite is clicked it will go. And now when now let's wait like 2 seconds and again come back to this position. So let's take this block and fill these x and y with this x and y, which is minus 155 and minus 45. Let's try. See, it's the animation. Because it waits 2 seconds and again it's coming. Yes. So when it goes to this position, let's add a sound like of eating so that it like looks like the rabbit has eating. So let's go to sounds and choose a sound and let's go to like CHOMP. Yes. And let's play this sound. So we'll start play sound chomp. See now. See. So when it goes, it plays the sound chomp so that like it looks like the rabbit has eaten. So now let's make a sprite that when this apple touches the rabbit, like how do we have when someone it is there is a like a circle like this part is eaten. So let's make the costume for the apple. Let's go in costumes and first let's duplicate it. Take a eraser and eraser. Where's the eraser? Yes, eraser and like let me just decrease its size to 35. Yes. So like let's create a costume like this. Now let's duplicate it and create a costume like this. Let's duplicate it and create a costume this. So let's do this until the like almost the apple is invisible. Now it. Now that's next. Duplicate and this. Again duplicate to this and duplicate it to yeah this. Duplicate it to this and duplicate it to like this. Then it will like here. Then again duplicate to here. duplicate to here, then let's make it here, duplicate to, let's make like this, duplicate it here, duplicate it. Now here let's like erase everything and these bits also. So this like these are costume like this is the first byte, this is the second byte, this is the third byte. So let's make that when let's first take the green when the green flag is clicked and the forever loop, and take a if then statements and take if touching or no, not this because then it will all go wrong. So let me think if, or let's do another thing, broadcast food, and like let's just try this. And first let's do switch costume to apple. That is apple. So when it is broadcast food, so like let's make it wait 1 second and forever. Next, let's try. See, the apple is eaten. Now let's try again. See, apple is eaten. See, see again. So now this will go on forever. And when this click, it's this. So so now let's take another block that take a if then and take a operator. So now let's code take it looks and costume number. So if its costume number is equal to 19, which is nothing, then equal to 19, then it will switch costume to the original apple. So switch costume to, let's add here costume to which is apple. Take a forever block and let's add it here. So first now let's switch to apple. No, apple 90. See, and now still if we do this, see, and if now let's take apple. So apple 19 means nothing. So now let's try. See, the apple is shown. So if it costume is this, then apple is shown. Now let's code one more thing. Like let's now make a variable. Like now first I'll name the rabbit as Bunny. You can also name your pet. I want to name it Bunny. So now let's make a variable called hunger. So it will track of the hunger level. Let's make it for all sprites and OK. So first when the green flag is clicked, set hunger to 0. And here only let's add change when like this is done. change hunger by 1. So forever it will be changing. So let's take a forever block. And now first let's take up a wait block so that it will wait and then change, and take a pick and random operator. So what this does it, like pick and random. So I take like 5 seconds to like, let's take 15. So this pick and random operator, what does this does, let me tell you. If when we use a pick and random operator in the wait seconds, it will pick random like from the digits from 5 to 15, and that many seconds it will wait. So it will wait from 5 to 15, so it will change randomly the hunger level. And now let's here when I receive food, when the sound chomp is done, change hunger by -1. So like the hunger is low. See, set hunger to 1. Now after 5 because first, or no, let's take, oh yes, first when we click, the hunger will set to 0 if it is like 30 or 40, and again it will change by 1 at the start, and it will wait 5 to 10 to 15 seconds. See, now after 5 or 15 seconds it will change. See, 2. When I click, see, 1. Now let's add that if the hunger level is less than 0, then the hunger level will not change, as 0 means the rabbit is no more hungry, and like number like high number like 10 or 20 means the rabbit is like much hungry. So first let's take a if statement and take operators, and equals to, take if hunger is equal to, no, not equals to, let's take a greater than operator. I don't know how to spell like this operator, but like greater than or less than, but let's take this operator. Not this, let's take this. This is, so if hunger is greater than 0, so means if hunger is equal to 0, or if hunger is greater than like 1 or 2, then only it will this all code is going to happen. So let's take this and this. And if 0 is greater than hunger, like hunger is like -1, so -1 is smaller than 0, so then this all will not happen. So if hunger is, now first let's set hunger to, no, here like -2. First let's set and remove this for now to check that if this is working. -1. So and if we click, nothing happens because the hunger is like less than 0. And if we set it to 0, or no, this is wrong. So let's make it, yeah, it's 0. Let it be 0. And to check if there is a bug, just remove this and let's check now. So it's not working. And that this is also right because 0 means the rabbit is no more hungry. So it should be greater than 0, like 1. So when this is equal to 1, it will occur. So first, oh yes, I forgot it. Apple. Yes. So it's 1. So see, this occurs. So now let's stop it. And what else can we add? Oh yes, we can we again add this code if hunger is, so if hunger is great, greater than 0 to apples all this. Okay, let's take a if then statement 2 and take which operator did I use? Yes, let's take this operator to 0 and let's take let's add it here. See, so for now it's done. But first let's wait a second before it changes. See, it's now 0. It's 1. Wait, now let's here also add a pick and random from 5 to 10. See, like picks random. Let's first save it. So like this is and now we can also add let's add now like a thirst or a drinking glass. So that the thirst of the rabbit. Let's go and add a glass. Or let's I think so that let's add the thirst in the next part. So this is all for this episode of Virtual Pet Game Part 1. So stay tuned for the part 2 and bye bye and scratch on.